Welcome to the channel. You are watching another episode of BangBets Daily, brought to you by Lit757. And in this video, we'll be going over our college football picks for today, Saturday, November 25th. Let's get into it. Sweaty! Well, before we get into today, let's look at how Black Friday went for us. Starting the day off right with my Hurricanes, clearing that 9.5 against Boston College on the road. Go Canes. Then we had Memphis Temple over, clearing with ease. Them teams were lighting it up, man. And then Iowa, Nebraska just went left. The day was going good, and then they had to mess it up for us. Nebraska, Iowa, just two absolutely horrible teams. One of the worst games I've ever had to sit through in my life, I swear. They had a chance at hitting that over like 5 times and just could not do it. Blocked field goals, fourth and goal stops, just a bunch of bullshit. And then Oregon State, over 62.5, just way off. Oregon State just didn't show up, man. Couldn't get no help from them to get points on the board, you know. And Oregon did their thing, man. Oregon looking like a solid football team. College football playoff is going to be real interesting this year, y'all. Real interesting. Then we have Missouri, man, taking care of business, clearing the 9.5. That one was pretty sweat-free. That game wasn't even close against Arkansas. Wasn't even close. And then Dolphins took care of business. You know, they played around a little bit in the first half with that Jets team and then just took off in the second. Jets are just so bad, man. They're just so bad. So, not a horrible day, man. 4-3. Could have been worse. We made a profit. That's all we're here for. So, let's get into the picks for today. First up, we got the Louisville Cardinals hosting the Kentucky Wildcats. Total sitting at 49.5. Spread sitting at 8. Kentucky coming in 6-5 on a 2-game skid. Lost their last game on the road to South Carolina 14-17. As you know, we backed Louisville last week against my Hurricanes, and they took care of business 38-31, covering for us. They're on a 4-game streak, 10-1. Secured their place in the ACC title game. And, you know, not going to say that Louisville doesn't have a lot to play for here. I think if you're Louisville, you know, you're thinking you win this game. You beat Florida State. You know, they just lost their star Heisman candidate quarterback. They're going to be a totally different team. And, you know, now you're 12-1. And depending on what happens with other teams, you got a legitimate chance to get in, potentially. Kentucky, on the other hand, 6-5, already bowl eligible on the road. Not having the greatest year. I just don't see them getting up for this game on the road. Maybe if this game was in Kentucky, you know, well, in-state rivalry, but you get what I'm saying. It might make a difference, but I'm on Louisville all the way here. Give me Louisville laying the 8. I mean, they have the 26th ranked offense with the 63rd ranked defense. Kentucky's at 174th offense, 117th defense. Come on, man. They lost to South Carolina. They lost to South Carolina last week. So, next up, we got the game of the week. Michigan hosting Ohio State, number 2 versus number 3. Total sitting at 46.5. Spread sitting at 3.5. Michigan's favorite at home. And I think we'll get a pretty good game here. You know, it sucks that Michigan's coach is going to be suspended. But, you know, my personal betting strategy, man, games like this that are, you know, straight coin flips, there's no real way to lean either direction with confidence 1,000%. I just try not to pick the winner in these games, but one thing that did catch my attention, man, was the total. So on the season, man, Michigan is 5-5 against the total. Ohio State is 2-9 against the total. And in these Big Ten games, Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, Penn State, They always go under, excuse me. They never go over this season. They're all low scoring. All these quarterbacks seem to struggle a little bit. All these defenses are solid. So I really like the under here. Give me the under 46.5 between Michigan and Ohio State. And it's an early game too. So feeling really good about the under. Probably one of the best bets on the board for sure. And next up, we got Auburn hosting number 8, Alabama. It's the Iron Bowl. Total sitting at 47.5. Spreads at 13. Auburn coming in 6-5, 5th in the West. Not a whole lot to play for here for Auburn. No shot at the conference, no shot at national title, and you're already bowl eligible. They're coming into this one off a loss at home against New Mexico State, 31-10. Good gracious. Alabama coming in 10-1, first in the SEC West. Have already secured their seat in the SEC title game with Georgia. They're on a 9-game win streak. They won their last game at home against Chattanooga, 66-10. I'm not really gonna say a whole lot here about this one. There's no need to. Give me Alabama. There's no way this Auburn team even almost hangs tough in this game. I understand it's the Iron Bowl. I understand it's a rivalry, but this year ain't like the other years. Okay, this Auburn team is not good. This Alabama team is very good, and they also got Nick Saban. You got an Alabama team coming into this game with plans to make the college football playoff and win the national title game. They're going to come out today and take care of business and probably run it up on this Auburn team and get ready for Georgia next week. So there it is. Into the Big 12, we got Kansas State hosting Iowa State. Total sitting at 45.5. Spread sitting at 10. Iowa State coming in 6-5. Lost their last game against Texas 26-16. We actually took Texas in that game last week. They cleared for us, took care of business. Kansas State coming off a pretty big road win against Kansas, 31-27. We had Kansas State last week as well, and they did not cover the 10 points for us. But I think I want to run it back with them. I think I do. I just don't see how Iowa State's offense is able to put enough points on the board for Kansas State to not cover in this game. I understand that Iowa State's defense is pretty good, but so is Kansas State's. And Kansas State's offense is astronomically better than Iowa State's. So I hope they pull through for us and take care of business. And also, man, the Big 12 is so like closely contested right now. There's a chance for like a 4-way tie or something crazy like that. And if Kansas State wants to be in the run-ins, they need to win this game. It's a conference game. They're at home. I think they'll come out pretty focused and be looking to run it up as much as possible on this Iowa State team to close out the season. So give me Kansas State laying the 10. Recapping our picks for today, Saturday, November 25th. We got the Louisville Cardinals laying 8 points at home against the Kentucky Wildcats. We got the under 46.5 between Ohio State and Michigan. Lock that up. We got Alabama laying 13 on the road against Auburn. Lock that up as well. And then we got Kansas State laying 9.5 at home against Iowa State. And I also built this parlay, man. Pretty much all of our picks just a little watered down. Louisville laying 6.5, Alabama laying 8.5, Kansas State by 6.5, and then under 15.5 between Ohio State and Michigan, plus 526 odds. I really like this parlay. I feel really good about it. Gonna be pretty surprised if this doesn't hit. If I had to say which leg I felt the worst about, it'd probably be Kansas State. I mean, they're the only team up there that's burned me, so probably be them. But outside of that, I feel really good about this parlay. I think it's going to hit. But if you made it this far in the video, man, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel. We got videos coming out for you guys daily, man. Show some love in the comments. Get at me on TikTok, at BangBets, at Lit757. We out.